Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm standing in the shade. Hope everybody had a good morning, has having a good morning. Hope everybody had a good Saturday night. Chilled out, chilled with friends, fam, whatever. The set, whatever you decided to do. Rode out, it felt beautiful outside. It's totally cool, no sun. Shoot. Went to an event yesterday, and it was the first event I've been to in a while, and just caught up with a few people I hadn't seen in a while, and just chilled out, showed love, had fun, was goofy, and just really enjoyed myself. And I've touched on this before, but I'm gonna touch on it again because it happened last night, and it's always refreshing. I walked up on a brother I've got mad love and respect for. Walked up on him and, showed love, talked to him, asked him, how he's been and everything like that. And he proceeded to tell me, man, I watch your videos, dog. Them is some inspirational stuff, man. And the thing is, people need to hear that. You got to understand, people need to hear that. And I was like, yeah, man, that's the reason I do it. He said, I was like, yeah, man, that's the reason I do it. Hercules. I'm about to say, that's the reason I do it. Because I know people need to hear it, regardless. I don't care if one or two people watch it. People need to hear these things. And he was like, those one or two people is the ones that needed to see it, or the ones that needed to hear it. And I always say that, and I always, keep that in mind. But sometimes I do feel like I'm wasting my breath. At times, I still push through when my spirit moves me to say something. And I pray every day, and I just ask God to take control of my tongue, because this is a very powerful weapon. It could be used for good, it could be used for evil. I can break people down, or I could try to build people up. And I've broken people down before, and it's you just get to a point where it's like, why are you destroying people's self-esteem? Why are you destroying people's whatever? Or if I'm getting into an argument with a dude or anything like that, man, why am I trying to belittle this man? Why am I trying to break him down? You just get to a point where it's like, it takes so much energy to do that. Why not use that energy to try to build people up? And when that brother told me that last night, shout out to that brother too. Hope he sees this. Shout out to that brother, man. It's all love. When he told me that, man, like, I ain't like act no way or anything like that, but let me tell you, that was one of the best parts of last night, yo. And it just stayed on my mind last night, and I was just like, because sometimes you do get discouraged, sometimes I do feel like, people don't listen to me, people don't take me serious, or what usually crossed my mind is like, because I act goofy sometimes, people just think I'm a goofball and won't take my words seriously. And you got to remember that your words define you and things like that. The words make up, a part of who you are, but your deeds define who you really are. So although I may be goofy and things like that, people see that I show love. People see that I try to help individuals and things along those natures, and can see that when I say something and when I'm speaking from my heart, that I really mean it, and when I'm trying to learn from something, hey, morning. And when I'm trying to learn from something, and when I make mistakes and stuff like that, and I go back and I can retract or anything like that, people know that, I'm not out here trying to lie or trying to mislead anybody or anything like that. I'm speaking from a place of experience. I don't speak from falsities. I don't speak from falsehood. I don't speak from things that I've never been through. I don't speak from things that I don't, well, I do speak from things I don't understand sometimes, but that's because I'm in the process of learning. And, I'll go back and tap on it and tap on the subject and stuff. But I'm really doing this video just to say, we are so much stronger than we think. And people are watching. people are looking, they're seeing what you're doing, they're seeing how you're carrying yourself. Morning. People are watching, people are seeing how you carry yourself, people are seeing what you're doing and how you move into the next level, man. And you are, and with that being said, you got to realize that we are so much stronger than that. And I got to remind myself that, you know, and again, this goes back to just to having the confidence in yourself. I have confidence in myself, but like I said, at times I just be like, well, dang, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe I should just stop. What's really funny is we touched on this subject as far as social media goes, and shout out to Miss Kiki Widow and her morning show the other day. Y'all can go back and go look at that. We touched on it, and I gave my 2 cents on that. And you know, you got to use the platform for. You got to decide how you're going to use these platforms and things like that. And I decided to use my platform to chronicleize my growth and my timeline and the things that I'm going through in my life. And in the meantime, it just so happens that while I'm doing that, I do these videos to try to give people inspiration, to try to show people that, hey, you're not the only one going through this. Hey, you're not the only one questioning your existence at times. Hey, you're not the only one that's been heartbroken. Hey, you're not the only one that has to deal with it afterwards. Hey, you're not the only one that has to wondering your self-worth at times, you know? And, you know, at times I'll just be like, there'll be times where I'm like, I need to speak on this. And I'll be like, nah, man, I ain't gonna speak on it, or whatever, this and that. And something is just like, speak on it. I believe it's my spirit, and I'll speak on it. And that's because sometimes it's just, somebody has to hear it. Somebody needs to hear that. That's why somebody needs to hear this. You are stronger than you think. You are. You, whoever it is, you. You're stronger than you think. And in your moments of weakness, in your moments where you feel like you're wasting time and why do this, knock it off. Knock it off. If your spirit is moving you to do something, to speak on something, to make the next move, you do that. You follow your vibes. You follow your spirit. You follow your vibe. You follow your spirit. Because it's not going to lead you wrong. And even if you don't yield the results that you thought you was going to yield, it's for something. It's setting up the foundation for something later. So I may not see the results of these videos that I do because 1 or 2 people may look at it. But at the same time, I don't do it because I want 30,000 people looking at it, 700 people looking at it. I do it because my spirit moved me to do it. I do it because this is where my mind is at this moment, at this given time. I was led to come outside. I was led to clear my mind because I went to sleep, had a bunch of dreams, seen things that I didn't really want to see. But it is what it is. And I came outside to clear my mind. And just like that brother that spoke to me last night hit me. And it said, thank him on a video and do a video and just speak. And whatever comes to your mind, comes to your mind. And lo and behold. So this is a big thank you again, because I know I've done a video already when I thank people that look at my video. I don't care if you don't like the video. I don't care if you don't share the video. You listen, you take it in. Regardless of if you agree with me or not, you took the time to hear my voice, to resonate on the thoughts, and to move forward with your life. And I've given you a piece of myself in that. And I thank you for that. You know? And I just want to say that, look, man. Follow your vibes. Follow your spirit. Because they will not lead you wrong. You just have to bear in mind that. Here's the thing. That people don't follow their vibes and their spirit because if your spirit is telling you to go over here, you're dry, right? And your spirit's telling you, go over there, stand in the water. Why I gotta stand in the water? What? I'm gonna get wet when I do that. I'm gonna get wet. I'm gonna be wet and I'm gonna be uncomfortable. Go over there and stand in the water. And this is what we do. We talk ourselves out of it. When your vibes is telling you, go over there, do that. Just do that. Make that move right there. you start to question, you start to this, you start to that. And I base this upon faith. This is a faith-based spiritual consciousness vibes and stuff like that. You'll sit there and try to talk yourself out of it, and sure enough, you say, all right, let me not go over there. Let me keep standing over here or walk over here where it's dry. And sure enough, the ground crumbles underneath your feet. Whereas if you stood in the water, yeah, you would have been uncomfortable and wet, but you would have been on a foundation. You know, the surface, the earth underneath the water was stable, and you would have just stood there. It's rocks there, you know. You're over here standing on sand, and and you start to sink. And you go stand in the water, it's rocks underneath. It's a strong foundation. And you should have just listened to your spirit. See, that's the thing, man. You may not understand. You may not understand why you have to make that move. You may not understand why God is leading you to move that way. You may not understand why you got to be uncomfortable. You may not understand. It may not yield the result because, like I said, you're so busy worried about, damn, I'm gonna get wet and I'm gonna be uncomfortable. So it's not gonna yield the results that you want, because now when it's time for you to move out of the water, now you got to deal with being uncomfortable, and you got to walk and wait to dry off and be wet, and the sun's not out, the breeze is blowing, and it's cold. You know, it's just, you can't think about it like that, because at the end of the day, you still walking and you still moving forward. See, that's our problem. We don't follow our vibes, we don't follow our spirit, we don't follow our conscience, and you know, you end up stumbling. And because you've fallen down now, because you banged yourself up now, it's going to take you longer to recover than it would have if you would have just got wet and just walked and dried off. You know what I mean? But that's not here nor there. It's a little piece of myself for y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for anybody that watches my videos. God bless.